is the first of several instructional videos about study skills generally, and today in this video we're going to be talking about time management, and particularly the rationale for why it's important to work on time management skills in college. College life is a lot different than high school. A lot of things have changed since you came from high school to get to Landmark College in this case, and we're going to talk about some of those circumstances that have altered since you were in high school. Your schedule in college is a lot more complicated than it was in high school in general. For one thing, class meeting times and location become less rigid and a lot more diverse. You don't have this rigid schedule every day of classes. They vary from one day to another. Some classes meet 2 or 3 times a week. You have to remember which days they're not meeting, where they are, all those kinds of things. Campuses get more spread out and take longer to get around, so you have to leave plenty of time to get from point A to point B, and oftentimes it takes more time than it did when you were in high school and in 1 or 2 buildings that were fairly close to one another. Another reason why you should think about having a planner of some kind is that your homework assignments can become more long-term, so there's fewer assigned intermediate steps. And for some students, this causes anxiety, which in turn makes it hard to get work started. You have to plan out the different steps you're going to do in the course of a week-long assignment, rather than just throwing yourself into it the night before it's due and finding that you're overwhelmed. Another factor, external enforcement, as we put it nicely, can become a lot less available and or complaining. Your mom or dad leaning over your shoulder telling you you need to do homework or else is no longer necessarily a factor in helping you to complete work. Another reason to think about your schedule and to plan around it is you're meeting a lot of new people, which is appropriate to college. That's one of the great experiences of starting a new school and being in a new place. And you need to effectively divide time for your social and academic lives. Both of these are important aspects of college, and you have to find a way to balance the two of them. Lastly, you have more homework. There's more assignments in college. Typically, some of the assignments are a lot bigger. And for some people, this means that while you're working on one assignment, you're thinking about others. The likely result of this is you're going to be distracted. You're not going to be focusing on the particular assignment that you're working on at the time. And then anxiety about the quality of your work can make you inhibited about getting started, so that you are putting off, procrastinating the work because you're afraid it has to be better for college, which might be true, but you have to figure out a way to get it going. So, all of these factors combine to make for a fairly complex schedule, and we're going to, after this, talk a little bit more in detail about each of them and how you should plan around them. Hopefully this brief presentation has convinced you that keeping a planner in college is a good idea. The next question you have to answer for yourself is, should you keep a paper planner, which is the more traditional method, or an electronic planner using things like your smartphone, your computer, your tablet, whatever you have. And we'll discuss the various considerations involved in that choice in the next video.